Right. Okay then. Right.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Joe.
If you could just sort of briefly describe your type of epilepsy when you were diagnosed and how you become to have your children, start your family, etc., and what makes Bridget different to the other children.
Right. Basically, my epilepsy started when I was 12 years old, and they wasn't sure what was happening to me. They turned around and said that it was an epileptic fit I had. It was the major seizures that you can get because I fell down and I crashed down onto the floor, smashed my head, went unconscious and started shaking.
So they were grand mals then you were getting.
Yes. And I went in and out of consciousness constantly. This lasted up to about half an hour. And they were very violent, this seizure. And then from then, they kept persisting. I then had to live with that condition and get used to that condition.
Was there any medication that they prescribed you that was particularly good for controlling your epilepsy?
They were umming and ahhing about different medications. They never absolutely got a particular type of medication until I was late into, say, my 20s to 30s, when they just persisted on giving me high doses of Epilin.
And what was your understanding when they prescribed you with Epilin about the dangers in pregnancy of taking the medication?
I didn't have no understanding of Epilin. They didn't tell me of anything. They just turned around and said I was to take this drug because it would control my seizures. They didn't say anything about pregnancy. Sorry, at the moment my daughter, as you can see, she's having an epileptic fit. This is one of her mini seizures.
And what sort of seizure do you call that one?
This is just a little mild seizures. At the moment we're trying to pinpoint what certain seizures Bridget's having because she has several different types of seizures.
That's right.
So they're trying to label each individual seizure she has because, as you saw there, that only lasted for a few seconds.
That's correct, yeah.
You see, so we're trying to name each individual seizures that she's having because, as well, before she has that little tremor, she actually goes into a stare.
Yeah.
And as well, sometimes she stroke the bed.
Yeah.
So we're trying to label each individual ones of these seizures.
Yeah.
You see, so she could have a rub in the bed, which is also a seizure.
Yeah.
And then she'll go into a stare,
Yeah.
which is also another seizure.
How many does she have a day?
Oh, she could have up to probably about 20 or maybe more.
How do you live with that?
People say, how would you live with that? I guess it's a case of having to just sort of like cope with that and just carry on each day. And how would you live with that? That's a kind of a trick kind of question, really. You've got to live with it, basically. You're having to live with it.
And what do you think that's doing to your personal health?
My personal health, well, basically, it has deteriorated because I'm in 3-year remission of cancer.
Yeah.
So, and of course, I've got other children to look after as well.
How many children have you got in total?
In total, I have 4 children.
And
Two others live with me, which is my son who's 26, and I have a 15-year-old daughter. Plus, I've got Bridget who's 18. My other daughter, she don't live with me. But saying she don't live with me at present, she may have to come and live with me because she's just undergoing having tests done for MS now due to my medication.
So the medication is linked to all of your children, or just Bridgie and your eldest?
Yes, it's
to all
linked
of them.
to all my children.
Yeah.
And my other children are being late diagnosed now.
Yeah.
Because in my other children, even though Bridget's been diagnosed early because of her spina bifida, because I was taking extreme dosage of my medication, with the others I didn't take as much of the medication.
Yeah.
You see.
Can you give a run through of Bridgie's problems that she's got altogether?
Well, basically, Bridget suffers from hypercephalus, which is fluid on the brain.
Yeah.
She suffers with spina bifida. She suffers with scoliosis, that is curvature of the spine. She suffers with brain damage. Two parts of her brain is damaged, and she's only got one part of her brain that is left undamaged, but it's absolutely being damaged now due to the quantity of seizures that she's having in her brain now.
So every seizure she has kills off a part of her brain.
It's starting to die off.
Yeah.
Because the more seizures that you have and the less oxygen that's getting to your brain, the white cells gradually die off. And with part of Bridget's brain, it's dropped as well. So the lower part of her brain, which is active, it's actually dropped to her neck level, which is resting on her spine.
Yeah. I can see you wearing a T-shirt there,
Yes.
connected with the Oaks charity.
That's right.
Why are you wearing that T-shirt at this moment in time?
Because I'm boarding a plane later to go over to France, because France are bringing Sanofi, hopefully, to court, because we did have it over court here, and 3 weeks before the court date, legal aid dropped out. I wonder why. But I'm hoping with my colleagues that we are going to bring it back over in England to bring them back to court and to get justice for our children.
Do you think that we'll ever get justice for our children?
Well, I'm quite positive on that, and I won't stop until I do. As you can see, my child is very poorly, and as long as I've got my child here, I won't stop. And as long as I'm living, I won't stop neither. And with the backing of friends and family and other mothers that are still standing, I'm sure that, we can do it. And as well, we've got Oaks Island, we've got Oaks Wales, we've got Oaks Scotland, hopefully, and many other Oaks charities out there.
What sort of countries are going to be in France? Is it just the French we're going to meet, or is it other countries who are going to be there?
I'm sure there's plenty of other countries there. I'm not 100% what ones, but as far as I know, there's other countries there as well.
Yeah.
I know there's me representing England, I know there's Ireland, and I know there's Wales, and I know there's Switzerland. I think there's Germany, Belgium, and many others. Spain as well. So
it's a European, worldwide issue, not just in the UK. It's everywhere across.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And what sort of help do you get at the moment for Bridgie and your other children?
None.
How does that make you feel?
Angry and frustrated.
Who do you feel is at fault? Is it just the drug company, or are there other people at fault?
There's other people at fault here. You've got the Parliament people, because they deal with the national wealth and everything, you see, and they could help more.
Do you think they've known about this for just a short amount of time, or?
Oh no, it's definitely undercover going on here. You see, definitely.
Yeah.
This has been going way back since 1974.
That's a long time, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you, Karen. Thank you for the update.
My pleasure.
We'll follow you now to France and just to see how things go there. And thank you, Bridget, as well.
Okay, Bridget.